Well, I gotta be honest with you. It's been a long time since I went ahead and done a live stream. So, quite interesting, quite fun. Having to sit here and figure out the settings and everything in order to get back on this thing. But, I guess it's like riding a bike. You know, you just don't ever forget. So, as you can see, there's been a few changes since the last time I've been on here. One of them, being, well, I changed some logo stuff around, changed my entrance around, made some changes, little tweaks here and there. I've gotten some comments on it already. One of them being from Joe G. He said, very interesting. Yes, indeed. But that's the way things go. Sometimes you just got to get out there and freshen everything up, and that's what we done today. Well, it wasn't just today. We've been doing on this for a while now. It's just that, I've said it before. When it comes to the railroad stuff, it is a great hobby. It's a wonderful community. Somebody couldn't ask for anything better. But when I jumped in, I kind of jumped in head first, and I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. That's the simple truth of the matter. But I learned along the way. And there was some help, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to find help. But once you get onto the YouTube and start seeing the other model railroaders and seeing the kind of community it is, there's a big knowledge there, for somebody to ask questions or to hang out on a live stream, because there's usually, something going on pretty much every night. And people ask questions in there, and you learn things in there. Sometimes you just might get directed to a website, and, sometimes, unfortunately, it's hard to understand the website you got directed to. And there's preferences. Some people prefer one thing over another. And that preference, it just may not work for you. Or maybe it does. There's a lot of different options, and people ask, what's the best way to do this? What's the best way to do that? And probably the best way is just to kind of figure it out on your own, I guess. Because, you might say, laying down track compared to having track that is snapped together. A lot of people prefer to go ahead and lay down that cork and then put their track down, then nail it down. And some prefer the easy route, just snap it together and go. I guess it just really depends on what you're wanting to do. So you just got to keep that stuff in mind. And some people, they might just say, I want to do this modular instead of having a big old layout to where I can, take it down and, take it to a show or something, or blend it with somebody else's layout, make it even bigger for some kind of event that might happen, once or twice a year or something like that. So there's different ways to build your layouts. And there's going to be qualities of the layout too. You're going to have situations where, you might not make as much money as the next guy. So you might have to get, the tree that, you can tell is fake compared to the tree that, well, by God, that thing looks real as hell. So it's really about money too. It costs money. And the more money you spend, obviously, the better your layout's going to look or be. But then you have to have the talent to do it as well. And some of it can be learned, Some of it, you just got to have a talent. And that's just the way it is. And I know some things, but geez almighty, I don't have the talent that some of these guys has got. I wish I did, but I don't. That's the simple truth of the matter. But I really want to get to the point of, what we were doing here today. And when it comes to what I'm going to be doing moving forward, as you guys know, I've already stated that I've took down the layout that I had, and I've sold most of it off. And one of the reasons is that I just don't have the space for it. Okay, I don't. I'm not going to sit here and put a layout out in the garage. I live in Missouri. It gets 110 degrees, in the summer. I'm not going to do that. It's just going to be too hot, and it's going to ruin it. I mean, it's going to affect the physical, pieces. It's just not worth it. And I'm not going to sit here and stick it down in the basement. What the hell's the point of that? I'm 50 some years old. I got bad knees. I got bad eyeballs. I can't sit there and look at, N-scale parts and pieces, Have you ever tried, sticking an N-scale coupler onto an N-scale car? No. That shit's hard. You might as well just break out a big old magnifying glass about the size of the Hubble thing that's out in space. That's how tough it is. So I decided that if I'm going to stay in the hobby, which I want to do, I'm going to have to move up to at least HO. I could go to O, but I don't want to get involved with that. So I figure HO. At least it would be easier to see some of the pieces anyway. But here's another thing. I feel that when I was putting the layout together that I had, and I was buying, brand new engines, I just felt that I just got robbed. I really do. I just didn't. I won't buy an engine no more. I'm just not gonna do it. When you sit there and buy a brand new engine, and then 6 months later it's broke, and you got to send it back to get repaired, something's wrong. There's just something's just wrong with that. I just, and I'm not going to say the name of the brand, Bachmann, but, yeah, they suck. You couldn't pay me to take one of their engines. Nope. Want nothing to do with them. And track cleaning. I'll tell you another thing. I simply hate doing track cleaning. And you just got to do it so often. It's just ridiculous. And to be honest with you, I just don't understand how some of these guys who's got these real big layouts can sit there and put in the time to sit there and clean their track so that it runs smooth. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the patience for that. I just don't have the will for that. So no, I'm not going to do it. So with that being said, it's kind of run me into pretty much only a few options left. And one of those options is to do like a little diorama type scene. Now see, that is something I can handle. I could just easily sit down at the craft table, put something together and make it look good. Spend the time on it to do it and do it right. Like Luke Townsend does. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that would be worth doing. So I have that as the option. And I've already stated I'm not buying no more engines. But I don't have no problem with buying some cars. Or taking some of the existing cars I have. Because I still have some stock left. But it's pretty much all HO stock. Which is fine. There's a couple Lionel pieces. And whatever else is in there. I'm sure there's Tyco and God knows what else. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out what each car is and who their manufacturers. I just don't give a shit. The only thing that matters to me is, that it looks good. And that's it. So, I have a Lionel car that I'm getting ready to deal with here. Let's see. Yeah, it's this one right here. This is the car I got. Okay. It is a Lionel missile car. What is that? 0850. And if you look at this thing, it's What is this? This is red and white. I mean, who the hell has an army car that is going to be red and then a white missile? You don't. U.S. Army don't roll around with junk like that. Now, you might see something stupid like that out of that idiot over there in North Korea, but, you know, in America, no. It's going to be some kind of like a drabby olive green type color. So, my idea is to pretty much take that car, as you see right there, and make it look proper. So, that is my intention. Now, I happen to have that car, and I was cleaning the rust off of it. And one of the ways I do that is I'll take the car and or a piece of metal or whatever, and I'll soak it in vinegar. You know, the white vinegar? Well, I left it in there too long, I guess you could say. And when I went to go pull it out, it was just amazing. I didn't know this vinegar did this, but it basically melted the trucks off the car. I mean, they fell off like warm chocolate dripping off a spoon. I was like, what the hell? You know, I was really shocked that happened. It ate the brake wheel off of it too. So, and it didn't matter. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I didn't intend on buying a new brake wheel. I mean, but shit, they're only a couple dollars for a whole pack of them. But I was going to replace the trucks on them anyway, and the couplers. So I did buy some Katy trucks that I'm going to stick on there. So it's no big deal. And of course, the missile was missing. So I went ahead and bought a new missile for it. It's only a couple dollars on eBay, and I got some kind of, a sitting, posed, plastic guy looking thing that's supposed to be some kind of train guy that rides on the car. Who knows? I don't know. But I got that too. But I'll show you all that stuff looks like after I start going with this thing. So we got this guy here. So that's what I intend on doing to it. And I've already got it. I'm going to replace the trucks on it. And I'll do a video of that too, by the way. I just ain't got to it yet. I've been actually just collecting the pieces for it. I got everything now. So now I just got to do it. So let me get that out of the way here. And what was this other one? This guy. So this guy here. So in my box of things that I bought on eBay, this was, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, I'm not even sure. But one of the things was that there was a bunch of, different cars in there and pieces, and although I didn't have this particular car in there, I did end up with the missile. Now, the missile had two of its stabilizers broken off. One of the little white ones at the bottom and one of the little red ones at the top. Well, actually, mine's reversed. Mine's white at the top and red at the bottom, but I went ahead and took a piece of black styrene sheet and just cut out new stabilizers and glued them fuckers back on there. So you'll see what that looks like too. And I'm gonna just repaint it. I don't have the car, but I do have the missile, so if I come across the car, fantastic. But here you go. So this stuff here is called what is that? Strike something or another. And see, I can't even see it, because my eyeballs are bad. Strike hold, I'm not sure what it says. You guys can look at it. But anyway, this stuff here, great stuff. Fantastic stuff. I took a whole box of track that was all rusted up, and I threw it in that vinegar, and it ate all the rust off that track. And I took the track and took that strike hold, I think is what it's called, and I went ahead and sprayed that on there. It's actually gun oil is what it is, but it prevented the track from re-rusting, and that was the whole point. And of course, it's got good conductivity too, so there wasn't no issues with it running on the layout, which was perfect. So I was completely happy about that. So what do you guys think about the new look of the Railroad Overhaul, or the new music that goes along with it? Put it in your comments. If you like the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. But anyway, moving forward. So I'm gonna get that video put together. Not sure exactly how long it's gonna take me to do it, because I just do things as I feel like doing them. Otherwise, it'll feel like a chore, then I don't want to do it. So I just move at my own pace, and that's just the way it's gonna have to be. And I've seen that some other people have also said that, they wanted to step away for a minute. So if there's one thing I could tell you, especially if you're a new model railroader, is just take your time. Pace yourself. Don't be in a rush. Enjoy what you're doing. Don't sit there and feel like you have to do it, because you don't. If you want to take a day off, take a day off. You don't have to get in there and get something done just because somebody's waiting to see what it looks like next. Sure, it'd be nice for that person who's waiting, but take your time, man. Don't burn yourself out. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy doing. And if you have kids, involve them in it. Let them be a part of it too. Or even if it's, just anyone who might be, interested in the model railroad hobby, show it to them. Let them see what it's about. All good stuff anyway. It's a great hobby, like I said. I just wish it was still as popular as it was, back in the 60s. When dads actually took time to hang out with their kids to do something that they liked. Like playing around with trains. Or even going fishing or something, But nowadays, it's not like that no more. Nope. People, working, more than one job. Thanks to Biden, he's an idiot. But, it would be nice to see America get back into a place where, the parents can actually spend time with the kids. It'd be nice. Anyway, enough said about that. So, I'm not leaving the hobby. I'm just scaled back as to what I'm going to do with the hobby. I'm not going to do no big layout. I might, just do a little diorama things, or restore a car, or weather a car, do a review or something, or a podcast. I like doing those. Those can be fun, especially when you got somebody to talk back at. But I'm not talking about, getting on here and doing some kind of team view thing with some other person. Fuck that. I like the live in-person type stuff. That's what I'm referring to. I've always been good, at sitting there talking at somebody instead of just with somebody. So, fun stuff there. You got some of that to look forward to as well. And it'll happen. Believe me, it will. But all those who've already left a message, I do appreciate it. Absolutely. Joe G, I can't wait to see what you got coming up next, brother. Vinny, it's always good to hear from you too, man. Sparky, keep it real, dog. Keep it going too, man. I know you got it in you. And everybody else. There's a bunch of them. But, John Tanzillo, my brother, I really appreciate what you've done for me too. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down and take a break. But, again, you can expect some videos coming out very, very soon. Like I said, I got all the parts that I needed for this car. So here in a minute, I'm probably going to start putting that together and rolling with it. So it shouldn't be long before you see that posted. And then I'll go through the box of stuff I got and do some reviews and tweaks and whatever else I got to do and get those posted too. And we'll have some fun. Might do some more live streams, podcasts, all that good stuff. Because I do like talking on here. So all is good that way as well. All right. Well, guys, y'all have a great day. And remember, it ain't a mountain if you don't climb it.